What's going on YouTube? My name is Dom, and this is the video you guys actually requested on my last video in the comments section, where I asked if you'd like to hear my, quote-unquote uncensored thoughts about the Ghost Recon Breakpoint beta and my impressions of the game so far. I've found a newfound appreciation for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and I actually found myself looking forward to it more after playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which was another game that I was super hyped up about. But that's a video for another time. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's talk about Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now, of course, I was supposed to really rip into this game, rip into the beta, but that being said, after letting it sit for about 7 days and then coming back to it to think about how I actually enjoyed it, and what I took away from it, and reading a lot of posts on Reddit to get a feel for the community and where they're at, I think I'm in a good place to talk about it now. Now, the main gripe I'm going to have with this game, and the main gripe that I think a lot of people have with this game, is going to be the core fundamentals of the game. Now, for me, and what I noticed and what a lot of people seem to notice, is that this game is virtually a copy and paste from Wildlands in terms of its gunplay, in terms of its, movement. Essentially, you do have some added features like terrain, stamina, some new stealth features like prone camo and things like that. I would like to see more smooth movement around the map. I found myself bumping into small things a lot of the time. It was really clunky, really awkward. It made me not want to get into close quarters combat situations. But ultimately, it feels the same. The fundamentals of the game, the foundation of where it's at, feels exactly the same as Wildlands. It feels like I'm shooting BB guns sometimes, based on how the gun sounds are. It feels like the guns hardly vary in terms of how they play and how they operate. So that was big for me. I feel like the game, the core gunplay, the thing that makes it the most fun, is a copy and paste from Wildlands. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about was the weapon customization. Now, the weapon customization is very limited compared to things like even Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I actually have a Reddit post that I saw where people were, it was massively upvoted that the Call of Duty Modern Warfare gun customization is better than Ghost Recon's Breakpoints, and I have to agree. And aside from the core gameplay mechanics, the customization is the other part of this that is so much fun. I think it's fun for everybody, right? You want to be able to customize your shit because it changes the way you're going to play, and you can play your own way, and the more customization you have, the more opportunities you have, and the more replay value that you have coming out of the game. Now, the customization just wasn't there. I don't know if it's because it's a beta that they were really holding back on us, but on one hand, I can understand the beta is going to be limited from the full game's release, but then on the other hand, I have to understand that the beta is supposed to get people enticed, right? It's supposed to get people hyped for this game to go out and purchase it, and it just didn't do that for me because the customization wasn't there. Now, I'm not going to be talking about things like the gear scores and the other RPG elements that were touched into it. I'm not really going to go in depth into that because when I was playing this beta, I just wanted to get immersed, get into the full experience and try to have fun with the movement and stealth and things like that. And I wasn't really focused on the more in-depth things. But another thing that I did not like from the game itself is the pacing of it. It just feels way off. And I think this is a problem when they try to implement too many elements into it. They try to implement looter-shooter mechanics, they try to implement RPGs, and then they try to implement survival mechanics. And it just had a weird pacing for me. It gave me a totally different vibe when I go in to try to stealthily take down a base, and different weapons are popping up, different attachments, and there's a lot of things to loot for, and different weapon types and things like that, and different stats that I have to pay attention to. It's one thing to look at that and it puts you in a certain mindset, and then when you go and you have to go to a fucking bivouac, or you have to heal your injuries with the injury system with bandages, or your stamina runs out because you're running down a hill too fast, you start rolling. It just throws the entire vibe off for me. It didn't jive well. Because how am I going to go and then have these arcadey, cartoony looter-shooter mechanics, and then there are survival aspects to it as well? It just threw everything off for me. I wasn't a big fan of that. And as far as the RPG elements go, like the certain upgrades that you could get for your character, I was not really enthralled by that because none of them really seemed game-changing or that cool. I found myself at one time having 10 upgrade points because I just didn't give a flying fuck about using the RPG elements, because there was nothing there that I felt was game changing or that was really cool that I wanted to get. All of them were basically increase your handling for a short duration, increase your max ammo, or something like that. But none of them actually changed the way your character behaved. I would have liked a mechanic maybe where you could stow all your guns, run freehand around with a knife, and gut people with it, or after a melee attack you can instantly turn it into a drag. Would be really, really cool. I just would like some more gameplay options that would actually change based on how you upgraded your character, rather than just having these baseline, okay, increase more ammo, increase handling for a short duration after getting a headshot, or something stupid like that. Another thing that I'll touch on is going to be the animations. I did not feel the animations were there, and this goes hand in hand with the core fundamentals of the game. Like when you're vaulting over objects, when you're peeking over cover, when you're reloading, when your gun is firing in your ADS, and how your gun barrel moves and how the gun behaves. All of those animations and all of those pictures were just copy and paste from Wildlands. Nothing felt new, nothing felt original. I was really hoping that we would get in here and be able to feel variation between the weapons, but I don't feel that that was there. Ultimately, what it comes down to for me is the core gameplay. What makes the game fun is the movement, the gunplay, the stealth, and the customization. Those are the four main tenets that I find are really enjoyable with this game, and that's what makes the game have longevity, and that's what makes the game fun to play. Those things are just copy and pasted from Wildlands, and I don't see any improvements there, aside from the terrain and the option to hold your breath. That's it though, but I would have loved to see some improvements. Something that Call of Duty Modern Warfare did really well was they improved their gun design, their sound design, and their gun customization, and they took it to a new level in terms of that franchise, and I think Breakpoint could take a page out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare's book and make the gameplay more visceral, make the gun sounds better, make the gun animations better, make the customization better, and I think that would make the overall game experience better. I would like to see some updates in the future for more customization. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys think about Breakpoint down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And anyway, thank you guys so much for commenting on my last video. Thank you guys for all the support you give me, and I will see you guys in the next video.